Welcome back, Honestman, Fallout 4, Survival. I'm here at Castle with Dogmeat. We're here to talk to Ronnie Shaw. He's right behind us there. Let's see what she wants.
Ready to talk to me?
You forgot to make an appointment.
Ah, what smart mouth, eh? I'm Ronnie Shaw, Commonwealth Minuteman. At least I was. Back before Joe Becker got himself killed and the idiots took over.
Joe Becker? Who's that?
That's just sad. General Becker used to run the Minutemen. The last real leader we ever had. After he died, there wasn't anybody left with the guts and brains to pull things together.
Get to the point.
I've been trying to. Heard you were trying to get the Minutemen back on their feet. Thought I'd come see the new general for myself. So what's your story? What makes you think anybody even wants the Minutemen back?
I don't need to answer to you, soldier.
You don't get a pass just because everybody calls you general. In the Minutemen, you gotta earn respect. But I've heard some good things about what you've been doing. Wouldn't be here otherwise. Now that I'm here, I can see you really need my help.
Are you offering to rejoin?
I guess I am. But first things first. I'm probably the only one who still remembers this. But the castle's armory was located in the West Bastion. All of our best equipment was stored in there. Weapons, ammo, schematics, you name it. Come on, I'll show you.
Hear that, Dogmeat? It's gonna tell us about the secret stash. Jeez, could it be in the sealed area?
This is the door to the armory. Ah, good. Looks like it might still be intact.
Yep.
Door's still sealed. Bastion hasn't collapsed. Trick now is finding a way in.
Thank you, Corporal Obvious.
I hope you have an idea.
Of course I do. If you can't go through, go around. Let's have a look at the northeast bastion. Yes,
Excuse me.
just hold your horses. Follow me. This tunnel's blocked by this rubble. We'll have to find some way to clear it. Let's get down there and see if there's still a way through.
Okay, so I do need to know...
Pretty dark down here. We better watch our step.
Yep, thank you again, Corporal Obvious. I will note that I had to swap... Well, I didn't have to, but I chose to swap my mid-range for this plasma rifle. The buried treasure that I got from Mr. Nakano for returning his daughter was this 2-shot plasma rifle, which I thought was pretty nice. Now, obviously, it can't be silenced, so that's a problem. We lose a bunch of modifiers there, but it has higher base damage. Ultimately, this is just temporary, just for 1 or 2 episodes. And then we are certainly swapping back to Overseer's Guardian, I think it was called, our 2-shot combat rifle. But just a quick little change of pace for us. And I'm going to tag these mines only because I'm not sure if Ronnie will trip them. So just for her sake, I could just walk right over him if I wanted, obviously, with my sneak. What are you shooting at?
I think that's it.
What'd you kill? Roaches? Oh wow, it was legendary too. That's awful. Alright, come on, Ronnie, keep up. This place isn't very big. I don't want to take forever. What are you doing? Did I lose you?
Movement detected. Sentry bot designation Sarge. Powering up.
Well, I'll be. I would have never guessed the Sarge would still be down here.
One of ours, huh? He's attacking my dog.
Excuse me.
Let me see if I can get that gate open.
Well, have at it.
I would want to be the unlucky one to have run upon him down here in the dark. Let's see. I used to know this password. One if I land. That's not it. For the Commonwealth. Darn it. Oh, it's been a long time. United we stand. Yeah, that was it.
This him. General McGann. It's a lot of plasma cartridges.
That explains all the landmines. This is, well, was, General McGann. He had your job back when I first joined up. Must have gotten trapped down here when that sea beast attacked the castle. He did manage to keep the armory secure. I'll give him that much. Guess the uniform is yours now, if you want it. So Geezer doesn't need it anymore. Rest in peace, General. Your fight is done, and the Minutemen live on. There's no point in getting all sentimental about something that happened 40 years ago. Come on, we're almost through.
Oh, see, it's wine. Okay.
Told you I. Now, let's see what kinds of goodies are left. Excellent. The armory's still intact. Everything we need, just waiting for us. And the cream of the crop, schematics for building artillery.
Artillery?
Great big guns? Blow up our enemies from miles away? Any of this ringing a bell? All right, grab that schematic and let's get going. Don't forget to grab some smoke grenades, too.
Hey, Ronnie.
Looks like you've got everything we need. As soon as you get some artillery built, we'll do a test fire to calibrate it. Gosh darn, it's good to see artillery here again. So here's the thing about the big guns. They can't fire at anything too close, but their range is impressive. That's what the smoke grenades are for. Toss one of those at the bad guys. If we have artillery in range, we'll confirm over the radio and target our fire on your smoke. But first, we better do a test fire. Make sure we're hitting what we're aiming at. You see that little building over there? We'll use that for our aiming point. Keep your radio on and tuned to Radio Freedom so we can confirm we're ready.
Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth.
All right, General, if you hear me, we're ready. Toss one of those smoke grenades into the target area and start our test fire.
You know, just in case.
Come on, get on with it. Probably get a little closer.
That looked good from here. You've now got artillery support. Use it wisely, General.
I've got to hand it to you, General. You've really turned things around for the Minutemen. I never thought I'd see the day that the Minutemen had artillery support again. We should see about building them at all our settlements to expand our coverage. And Ronnie Shaw returns. She's something else, isn't she?
Something like a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd heard stories about her from the old-timers, but I didn't know she was still around. The fact that she's come back to the Minutemen means we must be doing something right. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
Okay, that's enough Minutemen for the time being. I just wanted to knock that castle really quick. I know that some people are pretty high on artillery, and frankly, I just don't understand why. I mean, I understand it in theory, but in practice, it just seems like there's such a long delay between putting the flare down and the artillery coming in, and the enemy's going to be moving. It just seems like a really inefficient way to clear enemies, especially when there's like not really any such thing as like a hardened position. Not really. Everything is usually pretty like scrum, you know, lots of movement, small team tactics kind of stuff. Anyway, so that's my mini rant on artillery and why I haven't bothered and why I waited with Castle until now. But in any event, we are back at the airport, if the audio doesn't already give it away. We're going to do a little bit of Brotherhood of Steel stuff here. This was kind of a side quest that Kells sent us on. I've never done it before.
Let me guess. Captain Kells sent you?
That's right.
Let's take this somewhere more private. Follow me. We've converted this section of the terminal into our primary supply depot. Everything the Brotherhood needs to operate passes through here. Supplies from the Pridwin, salvage from the field, we handle it all. Access is strictly limited to the logistics detail, and we track every crate, every bullet, every bolt that comes through that door. Which is why I don't take kindly to these accusations. I know every soldier in this unit. The thought that anyone would question their loyalty makes me sick. If you've got questions, ask. Otherwise, try to stay out of our way. So.
Tell me about the missing supplies.
We're down over 20 crates, if you believe the scribes. All food. Dried meat, Instamash, mac and cheese. It doesn't make sense. I could see someone stealing weapons or tech, but our thief goes to all this trouble for a lifetime supply of crayon.
Tell me about the logistics division.
I've been in charge of this unit for almost 10 years now. We're a small group. We stick together. And we keep the Brotherhood running.
Where should I begin my investigation?
You shouldn't. This is a waste of time. I've already spoken with my men. They haven't seen anything. Tegan's scribes just fouled up the books again. If you insist on questioning someone, go bother Lucia or Clark. I can spare them.
Lucia and Clark?
Knight Lucia and Initiate Clark. They were just posted to this detail a few weeks ago. They're still learning their way around, but I'll have them in shape soon enough. If you have to badger someone with your questions, it might as well be them.
That's all for now, Sergeant.
Take my advice, sir. Poke around a little. Then tell the captain to let it go. It's not worth your time or mine.
Copper wire. Could you tell me where... Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think we've met. Knight Lucia, Logistics. What can I do for you, Paladin?
Do you have time for some questions?
Oh, you must be here about the missing supplies. I'm not sure I can be of much help, but, what do you want to know?
What's the security like around here?
It's tight. At least 2 knights and a scribe on duty at all times. And we've got the entire base right here. We don't have much to worry about.
Is there any way to get past all that security?
Well, you'd have to be in logistics. We're the only ones authorized to bring supplies in or out. Then what? Well, there's no way you'd get a full crate of supplies off base. With all the patrols, someone would notice. But why steal anything in the first place? The Brotherhood provides everything we need. No one here has any connection to the Commonwealth. I don't know. None of this makes any sense.
Do you know anything about the missing supplies?
Not really. I've heard it's mostly food and, vacuum tubes? No, sorry, they just lost those.
You lost some vacuum tubes. How often are supplies lost around here?
Someone had just filed them in the wrong place, apparently. Clark found them the next day. The little things do happen, but it never amounts to much. The sergeant may complain, but Proctor Teagan and his scribes are very thorough. 1 or 2 crates, maybe, but not this many.
What's it like working in logistics?
It's not a bad post. Sergeant Gavel is tough, but I've learned a lot from working here. I guess some people take to it and some don't. Like Clark.
Oh, fucking Clark.
What about Clark?
We joined the Brotherhood around the same time, about 2 years ago. We've always been friends. Well, until recently.
Why? What happened?
It was after the battle.
The battle?
Battle for the airport. It was our first real combat mission. It was something to see. The Pridwin coming in under full vertebrate escort, guns blazing. We were one of the first teams to hit the ground. Dozens of ferals. We opened fire and cut them down, and hunted the ones that tried to run. It was everything I had hoped for. But Clark, he hasn't been the same since. It's like he's just given up. Since then, I've noticed him slipping off by himself, once or twice a day. I never thought much of it, but do you think you could follow him? See what he's doing? His shift should be over in a few minutes. Maybe it's nothing, but I'm worried about him.
All right, that's it for today.
Should we just kill him, Dogmeat? It's probably him. Boston Airport ruins. I do not remember this door being here. What do you just went in the elevator? Is that what happened? Yeah, I must have. I didn't quite catch it.
Don't have the card.
Oh, of course, an ID.
Not without the card.
Okay, looks like an alternate path here. Exterminate the ghouls is optional. Why would it be optional? White Rylan. Hmm. Ooh, legendary. Holy cow. Might work. Here we go. Still twitching. Bats enhanced metal chest piece. 10% reduction in AP. That's just not a good enough item. It's not a bad effect. If this was a better item, that would be tempting. Chest piece is a little dicey for me. Okay, dog meat. Shit. All right, good work. Yeah, we got to back up. Ooh, see, left arm is the other one that I could use a replacement for. Increased AP refresh. I don't think this is strong enough. I don't think this is top level leather, but I will definitely investigate that later. That is interesting. Potentially tempting. Yeah, I should just hip fire with this thing. I think that's really the way to go. It's got such tight hip fire. May as well just do that. Sprinter's combat armor, right leg. That's definitely the effect we want. I don't think that's an upgrade though. I'll check it. That's another one where I'm not sure how high it'll upgrade. If it'll make a difference. That might actually be exactly the same as what I'm already wearing. Why do I feel like I should drop down there? I think that's where we have to go. Ooh, that's a lot of them.
Watch your step as you enter.
Ooh, weapons. This has got to be the way. Yeah, I saw him. Dogmeat's dragging him down. Alright, Dogmeat, you could maybe dial down the enthusiasm one notch. Like half a notch. More security? Yeah, it's turrets again. They're disabled though. I mean, that would be a good opportunity to use the hack and turn them against the ghouls. But they're just ghouls. I can fight these guys in my dress. No threat.
Come on. Give it a try. There, that's it. Not bad, is it? Easy now. Hang on. I'll get you some more.
What is he doing?
Huh? Who's there? Come out. I know you're there.
What are you doing, Clark?
Hey, Clark.
What are you doing down here?
What's going on here, Clark?
Someone was bound to catch me eventually. I can't keep this up forever.
Keep what up?
Stealing food. I'm in logistics. No one even questioned me when I took them out of the terminal. I've been bringing them down here at night to feed the ghouls. It's been working. So far.
What do you mean it's been working? Why are you doing this?
It's a long story. I had a friend who was a ghoul once. As human as you or me. But the Brotherhood says ghouls are abominations. They all deserve to die. Would you kill him too? Just because of who he is?
Was he a feral?
What difference does it make? Weren't they all human once? I joined the Brotherhood 2 years ago. In all that time, I never doubted our beliefs. Never questioned them. But during the battle for the airport, the ghouls, they just kept coming. I killed, I don't even know how many. They started running away. But we kept going. I killed them. I killed them all.
What did you expect? You knew what the Brotherhood stood for.
But I didn't. Not really. Not until that moment. After the battle. I needed some time to think. I found this place. And the ghouls. What could I do? Report it, and they'd all be killed. Ignore them, and they'd attack the base. I thought, if I brought them food, maybe they'd just stay down here. There wouldn't have to be any more killing. Do you think I did the right thing?
No.
Of course not.
You're
You
dumb.
betrayed the Brotherhood. You put all of our lives at risk.
The Brotherhood is wrong. If we just kill everything we fear, are we really any better than the ghouls? What are you gonna do with them anyway?
We do what the Brotherhood expects of us. We eradicate them.
No! No, I won't just stand by and let you kill them. Not again.
Really?
Are you really going to risk your life for them?
I already have.
Where do you stand, Initiate? With these ferals, or with the Brotherhood?
I stand by myself. But I won't stand down.
Well, so much for Clark. Clark's personal key, facilities key. His log. Jesus, he's got a ton of stuff. We'll check his log. 5 more crates today. 3 cram, 1 mac and cheese, and some kind of dried meat. The ghouls didn't touch the mac, but they almost came to blows over the mole rat jerky. They even ate the cram. Ghouls were agitated today. I didn't get enough food. Of the 4 crates, 1 was mac and cheese again, and 2 are mislabeled vacuum tubes. That only left 1 pack of cram to go around. I have to be more careful, or this whole thing is going to fall apart. If the ghouls get hungry enough to start raiding the base, someone else will find the tunnels and report them to the captain. I can't have any more deaths on my hands. 6 crates today, all meat. That should be enough to satisfy them for a couple of days. I'm going to have to cut back. I think people are starting to get suspicious. The scribes ran a full inventory today. Knight Rylan has been watching me, and Lucia, I don't think she's figured it out yet, but I can't take any chances. I'll check her journal when I get back to the ship, just to be safe. Okay, Dogmeat, let's clean these guys up. I don't have much ammo on this flamer, but... Well, good job tanking it up, at least. Is there more? There we go. That's enhanced lever action rifle. That's not very good, ultimately. Alright, well, level up. Let's take care of that right away. So we had finished Adamantium Skeleton, and that kind of leaves us wide open, or a little bit more open, I guess. Science 4 is still sort of looming in the back of my mind, but honestly just don't need it yet. Pickpocket 2 to do some other upgrades for equipment is tempting. But not quite yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Critical Banker 3. It's come up a couple of times maybe where I felt like I could have used 1 more crit. So number 3 there I think is good. And I think what I'd like to dip into perhaps next is Quick Hands. Reload faster. Guns don't cost AP to reload, and then ultimately just, you know, plus 10 AP, which functionally speaking, that's like an additional agility point. That's like, instead of a natural 12, that's basically like being at a natural 13. So I think quick hands is potentially the way I go next. And obviously, you know, sniper is still out there. Maybe someday. But yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape there. Me and Dogmeat are going to pick the bones here and then figure out what our way out of here is. This might be the way right here that we want. But we'll figure that out and pick up then.
Report, Paladin. Have you completed your investigation into the missing supplies?
The ruins beneath the airport are filled with ghouls. Initiator Clark has been stealing rations to feed them.
He was what? God, you're serious. He betrayed his oath to the Brotherhood, stole our supplies, and tried to help those abominations? Where is he? What happened to him?
He attacked me. I had to kill him.
Then you did what had to be done. It's a shame. I had high hopes for him. Very well. We'll consider this matter closed. I have some caps for your service. There is another matter we need to discuss. Virgil. As long as that abomination lives, he's a threat to the Brotherhood. The time has come to deal with him.
Virgil is no longer a super mutant. His cure worked. He's no threat to us.
What? That thing actually found a cure? He can't be trusted. But as a human, he's trapped in the glowing sea. Maybe he can still be an asset to us. All right, we'll continue to monitor him. For now, for your service, allow me to offer you a new helm for your power armor. Wear it with pride.
Increases AP refresh speed. T60. That's pretty nice, but I mean, still, it's T60, not XO1, so...
You've earned my respect, Paladin. Not many can say that. Carry on. Ad Victoriam. Our squires already look up to you, and I could use your help in mentoring them. Believe me, I don't choose instructors easily.
I'm happy to help out.
Splendid. The squire will have the location. He'll meet you on the ground. I trust you'll show him how we get things done.
Well, wondered when I'd see you again.
Holy shit, yeah, it's Brandis.
Just waiting for you to pull a gun on me again. Spice things up?
No, I think we're well past that. Listen, I didn't have a chance to thank you properly before. I want you to have my old gun. It kept me alive all those years. Maybe it can do the same for you.
Does more damage to lower your health.
Are you sure?
I am. I'm not looking back. Not anymore. I'm not sure I still have a place here. I've been away for too long. Maybe I'm not cut out for the Brotherhood anymore. But I'll give it time. I owe it to you and to my team. Thank you for giving me another chance.
Yeah, holy shit. So yeah, Brandis does show up here for real. He cleans up.
You're cleaning it up.
Shut up, Scrab. I'll punch you in the face. Yeah. Brandis cleans up pretty well.
After this, I can't wait till we start live weapons training. Squire, reporting for duty, ma'am.
What the F?
Well, looks like we have a hero here.
Not like you, ma'am. Here's the target area, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so I'm out here with Dogmeat and this stupid kid to clear out this shipping facility. Really not what I expected when I accepted this from Kells, but we'll run through it quick. One thing that I'll mention as we clear this place is that it's going to be ghouls. There's one right there. Of course, I can't loot him, but... Alright, come on, Dogmeat. Keep up. I mentioned many, many episodes ago about how grilled radstag is bugged. And if you are sleeping or I believe in some other way in a weight screen when it wears off, then it just doesn't decrement properly and you just keep it, which can lead to really inflated, erroneous carry weight. And I had to resort to a mod which enables the console on survival mode to be able to lower my carry weight to correct it. And it turns out that that basically extends to like other foods as well, which I didn't initially realize. But things that'll temporarily modify your stats. Oh, there's a magazine here.
There we go.
Melee, though. Yeah, so like things that'll do like +1 endurance, +1 whatever. That can be bugged too. And yeah, I've been trying to keep an eye on that. One thing that was even more insidious, arguably, was hit points. Oh, that was easy. Hit points, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I shortchanged myself, but based on the calculations that I was able to find for what your hit point values are supposed to be, I seem to be 30 hit points too high. And I double-checked, triple-checked my math, and the best I could figure was that that's from like blood bug steak, which gives you temporary +15, and I was pretty hot on those steaks for a while, so I have to think that I just had 2 of them get me to +30, so I decremented myself back down to where it should be. You gonna talk to me, kid? It's all clear. Alright, me and Dogmeat are gonna toss the place and then see if this brat will talk to us.
Well, hello.
That was quite the experience, ma'am.
Yeah, real exciting, kid. Let's get back.
That was amazing!
Report, Paladin. Did the Squire perform well?
Was he supposed to?
Kid wouldn't shut up the whole time.
I was like that once. Squires are bound to have some bad habits. They're young, which is why they need a mentor like you. Our squires need strong mentors to follow. Outstanding work dealing with the railroad, soldier. Now, are you here to mentor one of our squires?
No.
I don't have time for that.
I'm sorry to hear that. The offer still stands if you change your mind.
You look like you've been through the ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger. Honestly, I'd prefer not to talk about it.
I hear you loud and clear, Paladin. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
Ah.
Turning out to be quite a grocery list to get that hunk of junk running.
Hey, I was handed a crate full of burned out spare parts with no blueprints, and I still managed to get the big guy put back together. If we find this last piece, I promise you he'll be combat ready in a matter of hours. Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
It's your funeral.
Well, with a big bad soldier like you watching my back, that's not gonna happen now, is it? Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the mass fusion tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
Okay, I think that's going to have to be a wrap. For the first time, I'm in my private quarters on the Pridwin, which, I mean, maybe these aren't my quarters. I'm pretty sure they are, though. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice digs. They even have a dog bowl over there for Dogmeat. So I'm sure he appreciates that. But yeah, Mass Fusion Building is next. And that's a big sort of story milestone, I believe. And I suspect, I haven't gone this path with the Brotherhood, so I don't know for sure, but I suspect this is going to make us enemies of the Institute. I think we're going to go there, and it's going to be thick with synths, and we're going to have to fight through them. But we'll see. I mean, maybe because I'm in good with them, they're just not even going to attack me? I don't know. We'll have to find that out. But that Mass Fusion Building is notable for a couple of reasons, in addition to being a major story milestone. One is that we're going to be able to pick up the final Tesla magazine. That'll be in there, so that's great. Two, that's the location where we were a long time ago when we got the Strength bobblehead. So we went through there very long ago, at least most of the building. We didn't go into the lower levels where we'll need to go this time. Or the very upper levels. We weren't in there either. We were in the middle layers. But nevertheless, it'll be fully respawned, I expect, with synths on our return visit here. I was also talking about the sort of bugged grilled rad steak and other foods when we were clearing out the shipping facility. And I think the best advice that I can give to anyone else playing survival is either take the approach that I did of, going in expecting to have to enable the console and fix these problems as they come, or be super careful about what you're eating. And I'm kind of doing both at this point because I don't want to have the hassle. But ramen, ribeye steaks are great. It's just HP boost, or HP healing, I should say. It doesn't change your max HP. Similarly, mutt chops are awesome. It makes the game even more difficult, but there are foods that you could target as being like safe, non-bugged foods. So that would be a consideration if you're venturing into survival mode. And the other thing I would note too is, and I'm going to talk about mods in my sort of epilogue episode when I finally wrap up this playthrough, but I bit the bullet very recently and installed a mod which enables me to fast travel in survival mode. And I imagine some folks might feel like I'm sort of cheating survival mode, but I don't feel that way. I sleep very well. And it's for a few reasons. One is that I don't think it affects the challenge whatsoever. I don't think it affects the difficulty. It dramatically affects the tedium. But I mean, ultimately, you have to walk everywhere the first time anyway. So it's basically just forcing you to do something you've already done successfully. So that doesn't really move the needle for me as a player. So that's one. I mean, I suppose it definitely made me think about how I was traversing the Commonwealth and how I was traveling in the early game. That's cool. I can get on board with that. But you can still kind of play it honest, even with the ability to fast travel and just plan appropriately. But I mean, this is all sort of subjective stuff. I think where I take a harder stance is the fact that this is not a stable game. Like, I don't think it's controversial for me to suggest that Bethesda software, as great as it is and can be, is not known for being incredibly stable and robust. Right? There's just so much complexity, and for how they build their systems, bad things happen sometimes. And that doesn't feel good. Right? When I have to walk on foot across Far Harbor, all the way across the island, and then the game hard locks as I'm trying to get into VATS, that's not a good time, right? And that's not the game being, more challenging. That's not survival difficulty. That's, this game is unstable. And now you've literally wasted 15, 20 minutes of my time having to go back and redo a bunch of stuff because the game crashed. That's not cool. So I have fast travel enabled now. I sleep very well using the fast travel. I would encourage other people to enable the fast travel. Like I said, my personal perspective is I don't think it changes the difficulty. It just removes a lot of tedium. And certainly you can, like I said, you can still play it Honestman style, as if you didn't have the ability, and only lean on it when you feel like you need to, or you've got a bug that you're fighting or whatever. But yeah, that's my spiel. And I'm going to talk more. I shouldn't belabor the point now. I'm going to talk more about mods and bugs and, companions and a bunch of other topics in my epilogue episode when I eventually get there. So I'll leave it there for now. We're going to pick up next time at the Mass Fusion building, probably killing some synths. Thank you all so much. Please like, subscribe. Merry Abernathy and Dogmeat are going to see you next time.